how we do. Return to the noise is how we do. You know it's how we do.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Crown Peach Show. I'm your host, Chris, and I'm very honored and blessed and excited to have this guy here with me, Mike Lopez, founder of Mission Echo. Everybody welcome him. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we are going to dive right in.
Thank you for having me.
And talk all about you.
I'm ready. All about me.
All about you. It is going to be, you know what? It's going to be some good, some heavy, right? Some yes. Dark, and
all truth, all facts.
Exactly, all true and all facts. So, Mission Echo. Mission Echo is feeding our homeless, correct?
Homeless community and helping families in need.
Exactly, helping families in need. I didn't know you help families in need, but I saw on your Instagram, which I love because you share so much on there.
Yes.
How do you come in contact with families in need?
Oftentimes they'll reach out to us. They'll send me a message, or one of our followers will say, hey, Mike, I know someone that needs help.
Yeah.
Recently, I came across a family that someone else posted on Facebook, and I thought I'd help out, and then it ended up being all Mission Echo helping out this family.
That's great.
Because we have a big old network of awesome supporters and donors, and so
because that's what keeps it going, right? The support,
yes,
the donations,
the support,
the raffles. Yes. Let's back up a minute for people that are not familiar with Mission Echo, and tell us about that, how it came to be, but not when you decided what to name it. Because I think that this fire in you, this spark in you started long before you even knew it existed. So where did you grow up, Mike?
I'm from Huntington Park, born and raised in Huntington Park all my life. The only time I ever left Huntington Park as an adult was when I went to prison. So I've been in Huntington Park all my life. All your life.
Yeah. Did you ever feed the homeless as a child or want to, or see someone on the street that touched you? Seeing someone just laying there with no food, no blanket. Did you ever see that as a child?
Not that I can remember. I know I didn't do any feeding of the homeless as a child, but I can say this. I've always wanted to help people. Always wanted to do something to help people. When I was young, elementary school, junior high school, I wanted to be a police officer. I wanted to help people.
Yeah, that's
I wanted to help people. And my freshman year of high school, I thought that's where my life was going to go. I wanted to join the Police Explorers. You want to dive into that for a second?
Yes, I do. Why didn't you?
A different way. So one night I came home with my application. I asked my dad to fill out the application, sign it. I'm going to need uniforms and this and that. Because a group of friends of mine from school, we all decided we were going to join the Police Explorers.
Yeah.
And so when I came home with my application, and I asked my dad, to sign it, he balled it up and threw it in the trash. And, in Spanish, my dad, spoke Spanish to us. And he said, oh, eres un mentiroso, bueno pa nada. How are you going to be a police officer? And so...
And for my English speaking, that means you're a liar, good for nothing, is what his dad told him.
The reason my dad did that is because 2 weeks prior to that night, I caught my mom having an affair with my dad.
Wow.
And I battled with it for a little while until I eventually told my dad about it. And it caused chaos at home. It was dark days, quiet. No one was speaking to anybody about anything. Until one day, Mom says, Mijo, if you don't convince Dad that you lied, this family is going to break up. And we're all your dad has. All my dad's family is from Mexico.
Wow.
So I did.
And how old were you when that happened? I'm sorry not to interrupt you.
I was, I believe, 14. I was 13 or 14. No, I had to have been probably 14. That's my freshman year of high school.
That is a heavy burden and weight to put on a child.
I've learned as time has gone on, and I've been told that by many people. So that's what I did. Hey, Dad, I wanted to say I'm sorry I lied. I was mad at Mom because she didn't let me go to the beach with the football team. And so 2 weeks later, hey, Dad, can you sign this application? You're bueno pa nada, mentiroso. You're no good. Why should I let you be a cop?
Did your mom witness that?
She was there. She was there at the dinner table. And so life went on. And so I no longer hung around with these guys that went to go be cadets or police explorers. Hung around with these guys.
So that was the turning point for your life.
Rest is history.
That was the fork in the road.
That was a fork in the road. That was a fork in the road. So I hung around a different crowd.
Yeah.
And I've never said I hung around with the wrong crowd because I learned I was part of that wrong crowd.
Yeah.
So I learned not to ever say that.
I like that you said that.
someone brought that to my attention. They didn't put it all together for me, but it led me to think, you're right. I'm not hanging around with the wrong crowd. I am part of the wrong crowd. I'm doing what they do.
Yeah, you're making that
not
choice.
By force. Yes, and so life went on. I hung around with the homies. We weren't a gang when we started. We were just a bunch of guys that hung around together, played football against all kinds of different blocks and neighborhoods, and it turned into a gang.
Which gang?
And
can you tell me? No, it's okay. You tell me off camera.
The Brats from Huntington Park.
Okay.
And that's funny. You beat me to the punch, and so I gave it to you.
Thank you.
We've talked before, and I said there's never anything off limits other than 2 questions.
Was that one of them?
That was one of them. But you beat me to the punch.
Please don't fire me or shank me, okay?
No. But anyway, life went on, and my life, went to the homeboy lifestyle.
Yeah.
And that's how that got started. My mom, and this is crazy, but my mom cheated on my dad for like 40 years.
40?
40 years. As I was driving here today, I'm thinking about it. How long was it really? And I started counting. In 1973, I was 5 years old. My dad was in prison. And that was when I saw my mom cheat on my dad for the first time.
Wow.
So I started it from 73 to up about to, nearly when she died. That's almost 40 years.
Wow.
And as my grandma put it to me one time, my dad chose not to know. It worked for them.
Yeah.
And so.
And a lot of times it's the other way around.
Yes. Yes. But my dad loved my mom to her last dying breath, literally. Wow. Literally. He was in the hospital when she died.
Did he ever accept that she...
I don't know. Probably not. No. I mean, what man would? That was something that was never, ever, ever spoken about again in our family.
And that's sad because it's almost like you wore the scarlet letter. Like you carried that.
All my life.
Mike, that is heavy.
And so...
that is like... Yeah. Have you ever... Is your father still alive?
Dad's still alive.
Have you guys ever spoken about this openly?
Yes, we did once. So September 30th, 13 years ago, what was it, 2009, I guess, something like that. The night before I had to go away to my last prison sentence, I went to see my mom. At this time, mom was paralyzed. She'd had a massive stroke. And I had to let mom know, hey, mom, tomorrow I have to go away again. I'm going to prison, and I got to make sure you understand what I'm saying. And so she started crying. She, stuck in bed. She can't move. But that let me know that she could understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I told her, Mom, I'll be back in 2 years. Don't forget, when I come back, you owe me a meatloaf from my last prison sentence when you said I'd come back. I said, but Mom, because I felt it, Chris. I felt it. I felt that my mom wasn't going to be here when I came back.
You felt like that was the last goodbye.
I felt it. And so I told her, Mom, if you see God coming for you when I'm gone, confess to him. Stop being terca. Stop being hard-headed. Because you and I know, Mom, that you have some things you need to confess, Mom. Yeah. Handle it. You see Jesus coming for you, Mom? Confess and ask for forgiveness so I can see you again.
Wow.
I said it like that. And as I was speaking with her, she dozed off into a sleep because she was heavy on medication as well. And I kissed her on the forehead.
Medication?
Yeah.
Okay.
To get her through, all the post-stroke syndrome and everything that she was going through.
The aches and pains they can't tell you about, too.
Yeah, because she couldn't speak anymore. She couldn't speak. She couldn't move her right side, so she was, bedridden.
Wow.
And so I kissed her on her forehead and turned off her light and walked out. And the next morning I had to turn myself into court, went to prison. And that was the last time I saw my mom. So when I did come home from prison, just before her 1 year anniversary of her passing, I was at her gravesite with my dad. And that's when we spoke.
You spoke about it.
Yeah. That was the first time since 1983, I think it was, that me and my dad talked about it. And I remember telling my dad, I just want to say thank you for never leaving us. You could have left us. You had every right to leave us, but you never left us, Dad. And, I just want to thank you. Our queen, she was unfaithful to us, and, I told my dad some stuff that I did to this guy. My dad had no idea. And that was the only time we ever spoke. He never really acknowledged anything.
Probably
He
can't.
didn't ask any questions. He just sat there in his lawn chair. We had 2 lawn chairs at my mom's grave, and just listened to me. And just
That's probably all that he is capable of. Do you mean? He's protecting himself by not fully acknowledging her behavior in the marriage, because that would probably kill him if he had to face it dead on.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it took from you. It took a chunk of your life carrying that weight.
Yeah, he has. The only one that knows really the weight that I've carried, like you put, is my grandma, and she's passed away too. But you know, before, you know, well, when I got here earlier, you and I were talking how ironic it was that I became an addict. You know, my mom and dad sold drugs in the 70s and 80s, and they got mad when I became an addict.
Yeah.
So I paid their karma. I paid their karma. I paid it dearly. I lost a lot in my fire. You know?
I tell you right now, learning so much more about you off screen and now on screen, like, I admire and love and respect what you do even more. And I appreciate you sharing all this with us. It's heavy and it's hard to talk about.
It is.
But it just makes where you're at right now and even where you're going, because I believe that Mission Echo is going to get bigger. It's going to be bigger, a movement. It just makes it that much sweeter, knowing that you have every reason in the world to stop, but you're not.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You have every reason in the world to go back to where you came from, to the numb, to not having to feel these ugly things, these heavy things, and you're not.
No, my heart, you know, I like I said, I lost a lot on my fire, and even though it was self-inflicted, I'll never forget, you know, the pain of being an addict.
Yeah.
The hurt that I caused my family, my friends, my
neighbors.
You
do know, I want to interrupt you, because you do know it was self-inflicted, but it wasn't fueled by itself. It was fueled by others.
Yes.
It really, really was.
It was fueled by others, but there did come a time where I didn't put myself on that track, but it was up to me to get myself off.
Yes, I completely agree with you there.
And I couldn't. As much as I wanted to, as much as I had every desire to stop, I just couldn't. I was addicted. I was cracked out of my life like you would not believe. I mean,
do you remember the first time you tried drugs?
Yes. Well, drugs meaning weed or drugs meaning crack? I remember the first time I tried weed.
Yeah.
You know, like 1979, 1980, maybe junior high school.
But it wasn't some good weed if you remember. It wasn't some good weed if you remember. No, just kidding.
It was a cool high. You know, we were in junior high school and we thought we were big and bad. And, you know, we wanted to flaunt it, but at the same time, make sure the dean doesn't know about it, you know.
Don't get caught.
Yeah. It was just weed in junior high school. And then I remember the hardest drug I ever tried in high school was acid. Whoa. You know, I hit a tab of acid.
Yeah. What was that like?
Well, my wife and my kids now, I've told them the story and they still laugh. I remember going into my math class and we were taking a test and all the 9s were dancing with top hats and canes.
Stop. Why just the 9s?
I don't know. All the 9s.
Not the crazy 8s, just the 9s were dancing.
Just the 9s. All the 9s had a cane and the top hat, and they were all dancing on the page, all in sync.
Wow.
I remember that. And
Did you pass that test?
I don't remember. No, I don't think so, because I was probably freaking out a little bit. Teacher pulled me out of class. Mr. Gadberry, I'll never forget him. And he said, I know what's going on. Just sit there and be quiet.
Oh, he had experience with that shit.
So,
that's how he knew.
Probably.
That's how he knew. What's his name? Mr. what?
Mr. Gadberry.
Mr. Gadberry, email me, let me know.
He was one of those teachers that I never forgot. Not because of that, but because he also lectured us about life. And told us what life was going to be.
Yeah.
And as we left junior high school, onto high school, and onto adulthood, life turned out exactly like Mr. Gadberry told us it was going to be. Some of you aren't going to make it to graduation. Some of you are going to fall victims of crime. Some of you are going, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
He must have came from a rich background. Like, he must have came from like a life well lived, like, you know, experience with some stuff.
Probably. He was
beyond
from Long
acid.
Beach. Yeah, he was from Long Beach. But every time something happened that I experienced for the first time in life, I remember Mr. Gadberry.
Wow, he made an impact. Those kind of teachers are hard to find nowadays.
I've searched high and low for him on Facebook and I can't find him. And I would, I would do anything to see him.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to make that a little mini mission, a little Team Peach mini mission to try and find him.
Denver, just so he can see that I made it.
Yeah, that you did.
I made it through.
Exactly.
I made it through.
Around all the dark corners and high mountains. So acid was in, did you say high school or junior high?
Junior high school.
Junior high.
I believe it was the 7th grade.
Okay. Oh,
7th grade.
shit. Do you ever think back about the shit you did when you were like in 7th grade?
All the time.
And then look at your kids like.
Well, I have an 8th grade son.
Yeah.
And a 10th grade daughter. So, yeah, I share stories with them. Not too many.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm very careful. So I have an eye out on them.
Isn't it hard to share stories of your past because you don't want them, this is the way I look at it, I don't want them to feel like, okay, I did all this shit, but I'm okay. So you can go and try all that stuff too and do all that stuff and you're going to be just,
Well,
you know.
That's funny you say that
nervous.
because when I do share stories with them, I let them know how lucky I was to have made it.
Yes.
Because
you have to emphasize that.
Yes,
like, not everybody makes it out of that.
yes,
you know?
because I also talk about friends who went through it with me who aren't here today for whatever reason. I don't sugarcoat anything, but I don't lie either.
Yes.
But I do make sure to make a point of, but I got lucky. Because here we are in 2022. I tell my son, you know, and God's still looking out for me.
Yeah.
My kids know everything that I've been through as far as suffering, surviving 2 heart attacks, all the prison years and stuff like that.
It's important to be honest with them.
And I never forget to say, God waited for me. He had patience for my dumb ass to get through all of that because he knew that he needed me to come out and feed the people that were doing.
Yes.
And
To do his work.
I truly believe that. And my wife, my son, my daughter truly believe it. You met my son.
Yeah, I did.
I don't have an average 13-year-old. I have a very soft 13-year-old because I'm involved in everything he does.
He, you know, gained me as a little fan. What's his name again?
Michael.
He gained me as a fan when he got on that stage and sat in that chair. A lot of boys that age will, you know, just kind of like, you know, not want to be in front of people or in front of the camera. And he also spoke. He told us a story, you know what I mean, about how it's hard to date girls nowadays. And, you know, we're trying to tell him to go to burger joints, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the minute he got on stage and made himself a part of what you're doing, I was like, oh, that is so honorable. That is so cute. He's proud of you. And then the video he took of you.
The video that he made on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know, or on Instagram. I didn't know that he was filming me. But when I saw it, you know, I didn't realize what he was saying. And so I had to go back and listen to it. And he's aiming the camera at me on Skid Row while I'm cooking and handing people hot dogs. And he said, look at my dad. Look at my dad. If it was up to him, he would be out here every day, all day,
all the time.
If it was up to him, he would serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Look at my dad.
That
But
video
he has
came
to
out. I
rest.
think I had just got my eyelashes done, and I was like, nope. I just paid for these things. Like, yeah.
I couldn't believe
it.
it.
Was heavy. It was beautiful.
I shared it with my wife that night. She said, yeah, I had saw it. I've
Oh.
seen it. I was waiting for you to see it.
Uh-huh.
And I said, wow. You know, so I'm impacting my son in the
Yeah.
right way. I'll confess before we went to the interview with you, Papa, we're going to be on stage. They're going to ask you questions. Don't look like a big bozo and say, I don't know. We don't want one word answers.
Yeah.
She's going to ask you questions. Talk with her.
That's good.
Speak with her.
Well, he
You
listened.
know? And yes, he did.
He did.
My daughter's glad she wasn't there. My daughter's the very shy one.
She's shy. She gets that from your wife, probably, right?
Yes, but she has no problem playing in the marching band. She plays the drums in front of hundreds of people.
But she's with
afraid.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's with
she's
with everybody. She's with her band. It's
with her
not,
band geeks.
yeah, she's not just there by herself. Yeah.
But
Wow.
I have a very soft little son. I know life is going to have to teach him lessons here and there, but as long as I'm with him,
Yeah.
I'm protecting from what I can.
Yeah, keep him
know.
your baby as long as you can.
I'm trying.
I know it's
I'm
hard
trying.
because you want to raise it like, you know, alpha male and this and that, but at the same time, it's totally fine for them to be soft and have
Yeah,
a heart. And
It is, because I know later on in life that those soft guys are going to have a successful life.
oh, for sure.
And that's what I want. I don't want him to go my road.
And they'll be strong, you know, and stand up for themselves in the right moment, the right time. You know what I mean? So let's go back to you, and I want to know when it went from, you know, the recreational drugs, because it was okay in the 60s and 70s, you know, to smoke some weed and drop some acid. I'm not gonna tell my mom that was okay. Not okay for her, but when did it go from the recreational stuff to the harder stuff?
So it was, I don't know, about 86, maybe 1986, 1987, you know, with my homeboys. And they were brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say their last names, but
that's
they were
okay.
brothers, and they were a little more advanced than I was in that homeboy drug life.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always had a car, and so it was, hey, Mike, take us over here to buy some dope.
Yeah.
I'm thinking weed or something. We ended up going to the Nickerson Gardens, and they bought some crack
Oh shit.
and start smoking it. And I, wow, I'd never seen this. So I let it come around a few times, and I faked the hit once, twice, three times, whatever. I wanted to see what was going to happen first. We went there a couple of times.
And that's smart. You're like, let me see what happens to them first.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because I'd never seen this. What is this? I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. So, faked the hits a couple of times until the day came. All right, well, fuck it, let me try it. Wow. I took a hit, and I was on a roller coaster for 24 years. I loved it.
Wow.
I knew where to get it. I knew how to prepare it. And it created a monster in me. It created someone that I'm embarrassed that I was that person.
Yeah.
I don't regret, what it did to my life. Of course, nobody wants to live a bad life. I can't regret it because I also have to acknowledge that those mistakes in that life made me who I am today.
It led you to today, yes.
So I can't regret it because that was the lesson that was predestined for me.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be a cop. God wanted me to do something else. I had no idea he was giving me that detour,
Yeah.
And I got to be very careful how I'm saying that. I'm not saying God gave me the crack. I'm just saying, there was a different detour. But what keeps me going is, Jeremiah 29:11 says, I have a plan for you, a plan to make you prosper and not to hurt you. So God knew the path that I was going to go on, but he also knew that he was going to save me, from it at the end so that I can do what I'm doing for him now.
Yeah. So you can be a service like you always wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take a really quick break, okay, Mike? Because
Okay.
I have to go potty. Because all this good conversation, I got to go. So we'll take a quick break, okay, guys?
You didn't say that.
I did. I have to go potty.
You know what I mean? It's real deep, and I only want to share with y'all like a bird of a bear for y'all.
And we're back from the break. Thank you guys for your patience. We are here with Mike Lopez, and we learned a lot about you. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's not easy, and I appreciate that you are not ashamed of it. You're not proud of it, but it's who you are.
That's my story.
And it's your story. It is your truth, and it's what makes you the guy that we are proud of today, that's out there doing so much for our homeless that need stuff. So I want to know, how did you create Mission Echo?
Create Mission Echo. Well, the name,
Yes.
or
The name, the idea, the drive, everything.
the name came. It was in the early '90s, mid '90s. I was in prison doing time, and I had just got back to my cell. Now I don't remember if I came back from church or if I was at a motivational speaking type of event in prison. But I remember coming back to my cell, fired up, pumped up, because the homeboys had just come in to prison, preached to us, talked to us. I don't remember, but I wanted to be like them. I want my life different. I want to be like them.
You wanted to come back.
Yes, I wanted to start giving back to the community. And I knew that day, I knew something was different. And so I started kicking around ideas. What would I call my group? What would I call my organization? And I just started kicking around, names. Ex-Cholo, ex-Cholo, couldn't get past it. And then it came. Ex-Cholo Helping Others.
It's great. It's a great name.
The acronym is, ECHO.
Echo.
Because I want the example that my family and I are setting to echo on and on and on.
Yes.
And it's the acronym, ex-Cholo Helping Others, do what we do, in your community. You know? And so
that's where I see it going. I see it getting bigger and bigger, and
Lord
other
willing.
branches of it.
I hope so. One day there have been, over time, there have been at least 3 people that I can remember that have messaged me, that have said, hey, my family and I have started feeding the homeless in the park. That was in Kentucky. And then I know there's a girl up in Stockton, California, who based what they do off of what we do.
Yeah, they felt the spark from seeing you do what you do.
I get people asking me questions, because fundraising is, well, you see 95% of our fundraising is done by raffles. So I get, flattered when organizations will contact me. Hey, do you mind if we raffle?
Yeah.
No, it's echoing.
Yeah.
It's echoing.
That's beautiful. It's echoing.
That's the point, because now you go on Instagram and everybody's raffling everything.
And it's fun. It's engaging and it's fun. You know what I mean? And it keeps traffic flowing to your page.
I tell people, if you're going to make a donation, have fun with your donation. Join the raffle. You might win a prize. At the same time, you're helping us feed the homeless.
It is. It's a win-win, and it's keeping my Venmo active.
Yes, it is.
Doesn't matter if I can't find my ATM card. I'm like, I like that. You know what I mean?
It's already registered in there.
Right. I'm like, I'll have 100 tickets for that. Yeah. No, it's good. It keeps your viewers engaged. And you and I spoke about this off camera that I like seeing where my donation's going. I like seeing where it's literally going. Your son's out there videotaping you. You talk about what you're going to do. On Tuesday, we're going to do this. The various things you do, the breakfast, the McDonald's. It's fun to see where your donation goes. It is.
I get that from a lot of people. I mean, so many people have said that's why we like donating to you, because our family feels good knowing that we helped, doing what it is you're doing. And a lot of people like to see where their donations are going.
Yes.
I've had people say, I don't want to donate to these multi-million-dollar nonprofits because I don't know where it's going.
Yeah, you can't see where it's going.
If I send you $20, I know you're going to go buy McDonald's with it and go give it out that same day. And
it feels good because a lot of times we don't have the time to give, but girl, if you got $5 for Starbucks, you got $5 to feed somebody.
Yes, I tell people all the time the McDonald's sandwiches are 2 for $3.50.
It's a good deal.
And so we go buy 100 at a time, depending on how much comes in donations.
Yeah.
And it's cheap to feed them.
So I see that you have Tommy's Burgers, right? Was just
Saturday. Saturday we raised money to take out Tommy's Burgers. We fed 200 people, but that day we were celebrating my 13 years of clean time, October 1st.
Yeah, and congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Last year we took out the Habit Burger. I thought it was In-N-Out. My wife says no, we took out Habit. We took In-N-Out just as to take them out.
And what's your favorite food?
My favorite food, I'm gonna say pizza. Pizza and enchiladas.
Ooh.
Pizza and enchiladas.
Yeah, pizza's a good one too. I know you asked me off camera if I was on an island. I said spaghetti.
That was quick. I've never heard spaghetti, but
I think because I could separate it and have just meat one day in a leaf, on my deserted island.
There we go.
And the next day I could have just noodles, and feel like I was changing it up a little bit. I don't know, but
Put
spaghetti
it in
was
coconut.
Yeah, spaghetti was I love pizza though too, but spaghetti was the top of my.
Pizza and enchiladas is my thing. I don't eat a lot of pizza actually, but pizza and enchiladas would be my
homemade enchiladas.
Yes. I make homemade enchiladas.
Oh,
my wife will tell you.
Are you the cook in the house?
No, but I can be.
Oh, okay.
My mom taught us how to cook.
You're all when I'm hungry.
I try to teach my kids. You guys, want to text us, bring something. No, man, there's a refrigerator right there, dude. I taught my son how to put a weenie on a fork and stick the fork over the fire.
Oh my gosh.
And he loves it.
I'm going to show my grandkids now. I think they'd be like, what are you trying to do? Start the house on fire? They would freak out. Or a tortilla with no comal.
There you go. Oh my God.
Has,
my 15-year-old daughter still does the spatula. And I get mad. No. Put the comal over there, you flip it.
Yeah.
The fire's not
That's a rite of passage, mija. When you have no fingerprints, that's a rite of passage. It's like a quinceañera, but better.
I told him I want to see black burnt forks in the drawer. That way I know you guys are cooking something,
Yeah.
But...
No, in my place, in my house, there's burnt ends of knives because they need to poke holes in their belts. You know what I mean? Yeah. They learned that from me, but... Yeah, these kids, they won't know what it is. They're never going to learn unless we do. They cut off the Wi-Fi and put out the comal, take away the macaroni and cheese that go in the microwave, and they'll figure it out. I started my sleeve on fire making macaroni and cheese as a kid. True story. My grandma was, there visiting, and I'm like, I'm going to make us some food. I made her chicken nuggets in the microwave, and I wanted to make mac and cheese on the stove, and ended up lighting my whole sleeve on fire.
Wow.
But, I was trying to feed my grandma.
There we go.
So, is feeding the homeless something that your family is just as passionate about as you are?
They've learned to love it because they were a little, skeptical at first.
Yeah.
Once they learned why I do it, they were all in.
And why do you do it, Mike?
I do it because I'm an addict. And I'll never forget what it's like to be hungry and homeless, on drugs, and hungry and hungry and hungry. I do it with all my heart. It's in my blood.
Yeah.
It's beyond a passion. It's in my blood. It's only food. And I can't say that enough. It's only food.
I feel like in talking to you, I feel like you look at everybody out there as your family because you can relate to them and you know their story without even knowing their story. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So who wouldn't want to feed their family and make sure they have a jacket and make sure they have a blanket and yeah.
Because I put myself through that, and now I don't forget the people that are still suffering with it.
Still there. Yeah.
If you ever make it out to Skid Row to serve with us, you'll see. I have people that come out like, wow, you know everybody's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, you know everybody's, like you said, so many people's story. Yeah. Because I love those people. Those people love my family.
You made it personal in a good way.
They know that we care because I'm not trying to pat myself on the back at all, but we are out there when it's 100 degrees or when it's raining. You'll see this.
You're out there even when you don't want to be out there sometimes, or you have other things going on.
Yes, sometimes I don't feel well.
Yeah.
A 2-time heart attack survivor, and sometimes I don't feel like loading that cargo van or unloading or being there. But you know what? Jesus went through worse.
Yeah.
I have to go feed them. I was out smoking dope when I didn't feel good. I was out, robbing when I didn't feel good.
And I bet there's times you don't show up and people look for you. And that's heavy too. Like knowing that they looked for you, knowing that they, you know what I mean?
We didn't do Hot Dog Tuesday this week because my son and my wife were sick. So it was a 5 o'clock. We're canceling tonight. And
I bet that was so hard for you.
It was. I was like, man, well, can I go by myself? Can you guys? But my wife was sick. My son was sick. And so when we went out with Tommy's on Saturday, everybody said, hey, we were looking for you on Tuesday. And I had to tell you, my wife and son weren't feeling well. Yeah. And we couldn't make it. But here we are, with Tommy's Burgers. And, I get people like, are they okay now? Or if I go out by myself, hey, where's little Michael?
Where's everybody at?
Where's your daughter? They're at home. They're at school or work or something, and I'll go out by myself.
And that feels good too. That's rewarding that people are, they're looking for you. They're counting on you.
They're asking, and they're asking about my family because they care,
I think that real can relate to real. And fake will stand out. We talked about this off camera.
Yes, we did.
You know what? You need to give because it's in your heart to give.
Yes.
Not because you want the likes on social media.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
The likes on social media have nothing to do with it at all.
No.
I've had my share of bashers along the way, but God knows the intention of my heart.
Yeah.
God knows why I do it.
And you don't have to prove it to anybody.
No.
Because
I don't.
God knows, and the people out there waiting for you to show up know.
Yes.
And that's why they care so much to ask about your family. And they care so much when you're not there.
Yes, definitely. I just love being out there and they can feel it. They feel it.
I can tell just through Instagram when I'm watching you out there, when I'm watching you post about the raffles, like this guy loves what he does.
I do. I mean, they're people.
Yes.
And
it's only food.
It's only food. Our mission statement is everybody's got to eat, but it's only food. Man.
And this is the hat that you're wearing. If you could tilt your head down so the camera can get it. Everybody's got to eat.
Yep, that's our mission statement.
Can people go online and buy that?
They can message me on Instagram. Our Instagram is mission_echo.
Okay.
And as we speak, we do have a webpage that's finally being designed. A guy named Marvin Bonilla is putting together our website after all these years.
Nice.
I'm excited. But I live and die on Instagram, mission_echo. And you can message me and we can ship you hats, t-shirts, and stuff like that.
Perfect. Yeah, I saw the t-shirts. They're purple, right?
They're purple. Purple is the official color for homelessness awareness.
Wow, I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing. My next question. You beat me to the punch. I love it. You're hired.
And orange is the official color for hunger awareness, to fight hunger. So I'm glad it's purple because that was my mom's favorite color. Everything was purple, and so I immediately jumped on purple.
Yeah, that's nice.
Helps
my grandma's favorite color and my mom's favorite color.
Purple.
And my granddaughter's. So but not me. It's green. Me is green. But that was my next question. Why purple? So it means something to you more than just
Yes, it's more than just a symbol. It reminds me of my mom.
Yeah.
I wish my mom can be out there with us. I know my mom would have a big blast out there. I know everybody would love my mom. My mom was the life of the party. I wish my mom could have seen me clean. She didn't get to see me clean after, the chaos and destruction.
But you believing in God and heaven and higher power, that she knows where you're at right now.
Well,
you're clean and you're helping and you're serving.
Yes, yes. Me believing in God and the higher power. I hope she made it to heaven. And people will say, damn, that's cultist. No, it's not.
It's real.
The Bible says that if you don't, confess yourself. And like, I think we were talking about it off camera the last night that I saw my mom alive before I had to go turn myself into prison.
Yeah.
I told my mom, you need to confess. You need to tell God, stop being terca, stop being hard-headed. You need to confess and ask for forgiveness, Mom, so I can see you later. That's the truth. That's a harsh reality nobody wants to hear. You don't die and go to heaven. No. The Bible doesn't say you're going to go to heaven. The Bible tells you what you got to do to get to heaven.
You could go.
All you got to do is ask. It's free, but I pray my mom did. I pray my mom did. But I wish, she, could meet my kids that I have now and see that I made it, that I'm a parent, that I'm,
that you're doing great and you're doing great things.
I made it.
On that note, let's talk about is this your first ever event that you're having on October 15th?
Yes. So actually, it's an event being put on by Cuba Productions.
Yes. Jesse and Pat.
Jesse and Pat from Cuba Productions. They found me on Instagram. I don't know, close to a year ago, I guess. And he too followed me on Instagram and saw what we were doing. And he said, God touched his heart to want to help me.
Yeah.
And so October 15th, we're going to be at Adventure Park, City of Whittier, from 12 to 4.
Yes.
And it's a fundraising event where everyone is being asked to bring something to donate to us. The event is from 12 to 4. I know they're going to have a mariachi. They're going to have a DJ. Bobby G is showing up. He's doing some type of puppet show, cholo comedy.
Yeah.
La Taquera is going to be there. La Taquera Catering. Churros El Bochito is going to be there.
Also have some special guests from Tierra.
From Tierra. A couple of band members from Tierra are going to be doing a meet and greet. So it's a big event that I'm actually flattered that somebody would actually go out of their way to help us like that.
You said in the past people had offered and then just kind of fallen off.
Yeah,
right?
I've had so many people say, I can do this for you. I can do this for you. Okay, cool. Where you at?
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
But Jesse and Pat are coming through on October 15th at Adventure Park. What city again?
City of Whittier.
City of Whittier. I should know this because I'm going to be there too with my whole team. Team Peach is going.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know, now you know. Team Peach is going.
Make sure you have your t-shirts.
Wear your t-shirts. But October 15th, Adventure Park. 12 to 4. If you don't follow already, follow Mission Echo on Instagram. Follow the Crown Peach Show for more information on that event. It's going to be very fun. So it's your first ever event like this.
So this is a
fundraising event.
First ever fundraising event that someone's having for us. And I'm looking forward to it. Can I talk about what we need?
Yes, please.
So people are messaging me asking, hey, what do we bring? You can bring cash donations. You can bring gas cards because we always need gas for our cargo van. Tents, sleeping bags, cases of water, cases of soda, cases of Gatorade. They can go to Sam's and Costco and buy snacks in bulk, like Ritz crackers, Oreo cookies, all the pastries, boxes of chips. Now, I'm asking everybody, I want to be specific, if they can bring just Frito-Lays. The yellow bag, the because people have donated in the past, chicharrones or Doritos. And a lot of people out there don't have teeth, and so everybody goes for
that
the
makes
Frito-Lays. You'd be surprised how many times we will bring Doritos back to the house. Oh, I can't eat that, Mike. I don't have teeth. And then my kids end up eating all the Doritos.
I would too.
And so we started. Me too. So we just started going to the Frito-Lays, the original yellow boxes.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And they're really thin.
And they're gluten-free.
Gluten-free.
I know this.
There we go. Anything that, hygiene supplies, Walmart and Target have a travel section of hygiene supplies.
Yeah.
So we need toothbrushes, toothpaste, razors, deodorant, shampoo, lotion, body lotion. They have the little 99-cent bottles. But if you want to do bigger bottles, when I take lotion out there, sometimes it goes faster than the food.
Wow.
I kid you not. There's no lotion out there.
Yeah.
Hygiene supplies. I can't get enough hygiene supplies.
Do you have a company that does like hygiene kits for you? I think we talked about this before.
I don't have a company, but in the IE, AT&T Pioneers.
Okay.
A group of ladies that come out from the IE and I think Orange County as well. Every time we have an event, they put together beautiful hygiene kits with toothbrush, toothpaste, and I'm in the big sizes of everything, you know. But they usually bring about 100 or more hygiene kits.
Okay.
And so
they bring about 100 or more. Okay. I challenge everybody to bring a hygiene kit. Let's beat their 100 or more, please.
Yes, I can't get enough hygiene supplies. I'm hoping they're going to be there because October 16th, so the very next day from that event, we're going to be grilling 100 pounds of carne asada on Skid Row.
Monday.
We're going to be on Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. Okay.
Sunday, yeah. So the event is on
15th,
Saturday. In Whittier, and then on Sunday we're grilling 100 pounds of carne asada.
And you're looking for volunteers for that, correct?
Looking for volunteers. Just show up at the Fred Jordan Mission. All they have to do is Google the address, or I can give it to you, 445 Town Avenue. We need volunteers. Yes, you can bring the kids because we do have, you know, kids out there handing out fruit, handing out sodas and stuff like that. But we need volunteers, and we definitely need donations.
Yes.
At $600 alone for 100 pounds of carne asada. We need about 20 cases of sodas, and cases, I have to remind people, is a 24-pack.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wants to get away with a 12-pack. No, I need
6-pack.
You know,
cases.
Two
Actual
12-packs
cases.
is a case of sodas.
Good to know.
We're going to need tortillas. I'm looking for someone to donate 10 80 count packs of tortillas. We need everything. And again, you know, if you follow us on Instagram at mission_echo, I'm going to say that 100 times.
Thank
You can make a donation, or when you buy raffle tickets for these prizes, that money from the raffle goes to what we need.
Yes.
Also, I wanted to throw this out there. October 15th, when we're at Whittier or in Whittier at the park, we're going to be raffling off a PS5. We're going to pull a winner. Oh, you told me not to tell nobody.
Just kidding. No, tell
Because I sold you the winning ticket already.
Just kidding.
We're
No, tell them,
We're going to be
please.
raffling off a PS5, $1 a ticket. All of our raffles.
$1 a ticket, people.
$1 a ticket. Anything that we raffle is $1 a ticket.
Yes.
It's always been $1 a ticket, but we're going to be raffling it off that day. Winner doesn't have to be present. So if you buy tickets through the Instagram, no problem.
Yeah, you better be present, because if I beat you on that stage.
We do all of our raffles live.
Yeah.
So I will be going live that day at the end of the event so we can do our PS5 raffle. And that's how we live and die. I mean, 95% of our income, I've been sustaining the organization is through raffles. Raffles.
And it's fun, you guys. It's fun. And he announces the winner live on Instagram. And you get to, the very next day, you get to see where your donation went to. You know what I mean? You could have won a gold infinity ring for $1. I tried to, but Leticia beat me, so it's fine. But I'm coming for that PS5.
And I have no idea who Leticia C is. She hasn't claimed it yet. And I'll wait about 3 weeks before I say a last call, probably close to a month, and then I'll just leave it there for a while.
I know, because you just recently pulled out some stuff from that had not been claimed, right?
Yes, we're raffling off. We're currently raffling off a Selena Pop, the exclusive one where she's wearing the white Emmy dress.
Yes.
That and the Elvira Pop, where Elvira is wearing a glow-in-the-dark mummy.
And these are limited edition things.
They're all limited edition. We get them at Frankenstein, so they're expensive.
Yeah.
And they were unclaimed from last year's raffles.
Oh, wow.
And
you snooze, you lose.
Yeah, I put them up several times before. I never cancel your price. If you don't claim it after about a month, it'll sit there for months and months and months until I bring it back out. But I do give everybody, you know, and even before we do the raffles, I'll announce 3 days ahead of time when we're doing the raffle. So you don't miss the raffle. We do it live.
Yeah, you do live. And you do announce it again and again. And it's great.
Yes.
It's great. Mike, we're going to wrap this up. Is there anything else you want to tell the viewers before we go?
I just want to say, you know, please give us a follow on Instagram, mission_echo. Help us feed the homeless.
Yes.
You know, not everybody out there is an addict. There's so many different stories out there. But I tell everybody, it's none of our business why they're homeless.
Exactly.
Let's just help them. I'm helping them because I'm grateful to be clean. You know, there's old folks out there that do not deserve to be living on those sidewalks. There's young folks, there's addicts, there's mentally ill people, and there's people who just play their hand in life the wrong way. It doesn't matter. It's just food.
It's just food.
Please help us. Please tell everybody you know about us. We're going to start a campaign pretty soon to try to help us hit 10,000 followers.
I love it.
So we can raise more money to feed more people.
That's right. Amen. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I met you.
Likewise.
You were great. Thank you guys for being here with us. Again, that is mission_echo on Instagram. Please give them a follow, buy some raffle tickets. not too many of the PS5, please, because I want that one. I don't even know why. I'm not a gamer, but I just want that one. I don't know. Whatever.
Just to know you want it.
Just to know, yeah. And come out on the 15th. It'll be super fun. Again, that is going to be at Adventure Park in the city of what?
Whittier.
City of Whittier. I hope I get it right so we show up there, but we will be. Team Peach will be there. Come and say hi. And give us a follow, a like, a subscribe. And if you DM me or message me, not only keep it clean, but kiss it. Keep it simple, sexy. Mwah. That's a wrap. Thank you so much.
That's how we do. Return to the noise is how we do. How we do. You know it's how we do. Here goes. Kick off your shoes, relax your feet. Keep your iceberg, stepchild, bring the heat. Classes in session, everybody take a seat. You got a problem at the class?